Hello everyone. Once again, welcome to my channel. My name is Shiva Krishnan and I upload videos related to data analytics and its tools such as Power BI and Excel. And at times I upload videos related to AI as well. Okay. I hope you all are doing fantastic. And in today's video, we are going to do a human resource analytics dashboard. The one that you can see, which is very attractive, right? So we are going to do a dashboard very similar to this one, okay? Almost the same. And the credit goes to the Data Science Studio YouTube channel for this. So um, that YouTuber has created this dashboard and is given the file also. And most of this dashboard is, you know, a replica from his dashboard with few things here and there which was based on my own creativity, but most of the dashboard is similar to the one that particular YouTuber has created. All right, now let's get started. And what I'm going to do is I'll be closing this particular report because we don't need this, and I already have the blank report open here. Okay, so we need to do a little bit of data cleaning and restructuring. Okay, we have to do the data transformation, and I will explain the reason behind that in some time. Okay, and do make a note of one thing, that this is a part and parcel of the data analytics job role. All right, you can see here that column 1, column 2, column 3 are the headers. Now this obviously does not help us at all when it comes to preparing the dashboard, right? Because how can you identify which column stands for what? So we have to do the transformation. The first thing I'm going to do is I'll be using first row as headers. I'll click on that. Okay, you can see that now this particular change has been done. All right, and now you can see this column called attrition, which has the data and yes or no. Now since this particular data is in the form of text format, right, I'm unable to get the numbers for attrition, and therefore what I'm going to do is I'll be creating a column. Firstly, a conditional column. So a conditional column, what it does is that it converts the values of yes or no into 1 and 0. So it converts the text format data to numerical format. So it's sort of a if formula being applied. It's one way of you can say that. So I'll be writing attrition count, and I would request you to watch this video completely till the end because it is going to be a little lengthy video. Okay, so I'll write here attrition count and the column will be attrition, and the value, if it is yes, then I want the output as 1, otherwise it should result as 0. So no should be 0, and I click on OK, and a column will be created here. You can see that the column has been created. Okay, now click on transform again, and I will make sure that the data type should be set as whole number. So this part has been taken care of. Okay, and what I will do is I'll click on close and apply, and in a few minutes time the data transformation will be done. It will take some time. Okay, we will see here on the right hand side, you can see attrition count and other data into numerical format. So that indicates that the changes have been done. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'll click on format your report page, and I have the color code. This is my color code, and I go to the page, click on wallpaper, click on color, more colors, and I'll paste the code here. Okay, you can see that it's the same color which you saw on the earlier dashboard. So this has been done, and now I'm going to insert the shape, and in that shape I'll be adding the title. Click on shape, click on rectangle. Well, I mean, I understand that we would need some kind of entertainment and everything, but for the entertainment purposes there is a separate YouTube channel that I have where I post videos only related to entertainment and information as well. Okay, so in this channel I purely focus on the data analytics part, and I would request you to be kindly focused on this, because in the interview, right, the interviewer will ask plenty of questions which are going to be technical and also business oriented as well. All right, and there is a purpose behind creating this dashboard where we'll be helping the management to identify what is happening with regards to their human employees data set. Okay, so the background color has been done. Now we'll be sorry, this is not a one. Now we'll be selecting the font color for our title, and I'll be writing here, I'll be changing the heading size to 45, the font size to 45, and I'll write human resource analytics dashboard. Dashboard, and I'll show this is bold. Let me decrease the size a little bit, 40, and make it 43. Okay, this is good to go. All right, and now it's time to add some DAX queries. Okay, first of all we will find out what is the attrition rate, and then basis that we will also find out the active employees count, the count of active employees. All right, so here I'll write attrition rate is equals to divide sum of attrition count. Now why I have selected sum and why not sum x? Because see, we are not finding out the data at the row level, we are finding the data at aggregated level, right? So that's where the sum DAX query is used. Okay, then once again sum of employee count, because we are dividing. See, first of all the numerator will be what? Attrition count, and the denominator will be employee count, and then in alternate result I'll just type inverted comma on blank, and I close the bracket, hit enter, and in some time this DAX query will be completed. Okay, you can see that this attrition rate has been created, and now it's time for another DAX query, which will be active employees. And once that DAX query has been created, we'll be neatly arranging all the cards. Active employees is equals to sum of total employee count minus sum of attrition count. So in total employees, when you deduct the attrition count, you will get the active employees. It will take some time for this DAX query to be created. Okay, so we have done with these two DAX queries, and now it's time to place cards. We'll be using 5 different cards. I'll resize this, then do Control C, do Control V. No, I'll still resize this furthermore. Control C, Control V, and I'll do this 3 more times so that we have 5 different cards. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see 4 different cards have been created. Okay, so in the first one, I'll align this to the left a little bit because here I'll be adding an icon. Okay, first will be what? Our total employees. So that will be nothing but the employees count. I'm just scrolling down to see. Okay, here we have the employee count, the total employees. It will take some time to populate the data on this particular card, and then so it's 1470. That's the employee count. I'll make sure that this particular card is very much adjacent to this particular title. Okay, and then I click on Format Painter. I'll find out what is the size for this particular card so that I'll have the same size for the rest of the cards as well. Find this in the properties. It's 100 and 161. So in the meanwhile, I will insert images also, and that images are nothing but I'll be adding some icons which will add to the attraction part of the dashboard, to the beauty of this dashboard, right? The whole thing is that we are making sure that the dashboard is professional and at the same time very attractive. So here you can see this is the total employees icon, and I will add that, and I'll resize this. Now this is looking very beautiful, right? So far, anyone can take a look at this and figure out that okay, this itself indicates that okay, the total employees. All right. The second one will be attrition rate, or maybe I can add active employees also. It depends how you want to present the data. That's up to you. Active employees, I'll place that in the cards, and once again I'll be adding image for active employees. And then I'll resize this card also. Okay, this part is done, and then I'll be adding the third image. This time will be for attrition count. The downward arrow indicates what? Attrition, right? People are quitting the organization. That indicates that it's a downward sign. It's negative. I'm just doing the alignment. I'm just making sure that it's all properly and neatly arranged, so that it looks presentable and very attractive. Here I'll place the attrition count. Attrition count, I'll place this here. And then the attrition percentage, for that I'll add the image for that also. The downward arrow with a percentage. That indicates the attrition rate. I'll align this once again. I'll make sure that to resize this icon, and obviously I'll be also doing the alignment also. Okay, you can clearly see that this is a downward moment. So let me place the attrition rate into this field section. It will take some time. I'm not sure if Power BI got stuck. Okay, let me place this again. It is showing 0.16. I'll format this data. Go to General, Format a Visual, Data Format. Scroll down. Click on Format. Click on Percentage. And then you scroll down. Decrease the number of decimals, and then you can see that it is 16%. Okay, 16%. I'll resize this so that all the cards are in perfect alignment with each other. I'll resize this also a little bit. And then finally the average age. For that again I'll add the age icon. Once again I will resize this. All this is part of the formatting. Okay. I'll resize this card also. Okay, so we'll select all these icons and the cards and make sure that they are in perfect alignment with each other. And before I do that, let me also add the age. And here I think I accidentally clicked the Q&A, and I'll delete that. Okay, that's done. So I'll place the age in a field section. So it is sum of age, right? We don't want that. We need average. So it's 36.92. I do not need the decimals. So once again, I'll click on general in the formatted visual. Besides the visual, you get to see the general option, data format. Scroll down and then click on whole number. And then you can see that the average age is 37. Okay. I'm going to put down the microphone while I press the control button and select all these icons and make sure that they are in perfect alignment with each other. Okay. You may have to excuse me a little bit because, as I said, that I'm holding the microphone in one hand and then, doing the preparation of a report in another hand. So give me some time. Click on format, click on group. So now you can see that now they are perfectly aligned. Of course, I'll resize this card a little bit. Okay, and now you can see that something is still not properly done. So the background of these particular visuals, I'll make sure to turn off the background. Okay, click on format the visual, click on general, click on effects, turn off the background. Okay, turn off the category label. And what color do we need? We need this color for the visual. Click on visual, click on callout value, click on color, click on this color. Okay, and then I'll click on title, enable that, right? Total employees. Scroll down, change the color to this one. Increase the size to 1.6. And ensure that it is placed in the center. Okay, so now this is done neatly. I'll do the similar formatting for this card, which has the active employees. Once again, I'll turn off the background, click on visual, change the color for the callout value to this one, and turn off the category label. Now here I will decrease the size a little bit because I would need to add the title as well for the active employees 1233. Okay, and I click on general, turn on the title, I'll write active employees. I'll scroll down, change the text color to this one and increase the size to 1.8, or maybe I'll click on 1.6. I think I'll keep it as 1.5, place it in the center, and ensure the title is bold. I think I may need to decrease the size for the active employees, the callout value. Maybe I'll keep it as 40. Because I want to make sure that these two visuals are in perfect alignment, right? 38 Okay, this is looking much better. And now the attrition count. Once again, click on Format the Visual. Click on the visual. Turn off category label. Click on colored value. Change the color to this one. Here the sequence of steps, may not be the same, but that is not necessarily, because it's up to you and your style, as in how you're preparing the dashboard and which step you want to take first. Okay, this part is done, and I'll add a title for this one as well. Attrition count. Attrition count. Scroll down, change the text color, increase the size to 1.6. Okay, this is bold, this is done. And now the attrition rate. Turn off the background, click on visual, change the color for color value to this one. Okay, which is a color code, and that's the same color code that I've used for the title as well. Turn on the title and mention attrition rate. Scroll down, and change the color to the same color. I'm just making sure that the color combination is pretty much uniform, and that's one of the attributes of a professional dashboard. Okay, so this part is taken care of. And finally, the average age. Click on this visual, click on Format the Visual, and click on this visual again. Turn off the category label, click on colored value, change the color, and then click on General, click on Effects, turn off background. And then turn on the title, write average age. Change the color to this, increase the size to 1.8, and ensure the title is bold. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to convert all these cards into a rounded rectangle. I'm going to keep the marker font down. You may have to excuse me once again. Okay, you can see all these cards have been selected, and now I'll increase the size to 20. Something seems to be off about these two cards, so I'll have to do the adjustment of the colored value size. Click on Active Employees Visual, click on Format the Visual, click on colored value. I have to decrease the size to 3.5. And then alright, I think now it's looking much better, and I may have to do the same thing for this particular visual as well, which is attrition count. I have to decrease the callout value size for this visual, which is attrition count. It's all part of the formatting and adjustment. Format a visual, callout value, change it to 40, and then increase the size of the visual. I'm just making sure that everything is in line. As I've said, it needs to look pretty attractive. And click on title, scroll down, make sure that the title is placed in the center for the attrition count. Okay, I think so far it's looking okay for me, and I'll proceed to the next step, which is placing the slicer, tile slicer. Resize this, Control C, Control V. And place the term gender, so we want to see the gender wise bifurcation, and here it will be male and female. Okay, click on format a visual, click on general, click on effects, turn off background, and click on visual, click on shape, the callout values, increase it to 1.3. Click on general, on the title you scroll down, change the text color to this one which we had used for the title. I think this is a slightly medium orange, I would believe. I'll place in the center and increase the size to 20. Okay, it's looking better. And then for the callout value size, I'll increase that as well. Click on callout values, scroll down, click on values, increase the size to 1.5, and you ensure that it is bold. Okay, so this is looking good. I'm just checking if I could select the fill color to this one. Okay, now it's looking much better, right? Alright, and I'll do the similar for same type of formatting for this tile slicer also, and here we are going to add the marital status. So you can see the detailed information for this particular option also. Click on format the visual, click on general, click on effects, turn off the background. Click on title, scroll down, change the color to medium orange, place the title in center, and then increase the size to 20. I'll increase the size for this particular tile slicer. Okay, looking good. And click on format painter and apply the same formatting for this tile slicer also. So you can see that both of them very much identical, right? And I'll keep the microphone once again down and I'll group them together. Give me one moment. Click on format, click on group. So you can see they are in perfect alignment. So far, I think things are looking good. Let's go to the visuals now. Active employees and attrition count by department. So we want that in a clustered column, right? So I'll select the clustered column. We would need one will be clustered column and one will be a donut chart. Okay. So active employees by department. So in x-axis we'll place a department. I'll scroll upwards in the data set. Place department in x-axis, and in y-axis we would select two attributes. One is active employee and the other one is attrition count. Okay. Click on format a visual, click on general, click on effects, turn off the background, and then you want to select some different color for the columns. For active employees, I'll select this color, and for attrition count I may go with a very different color, maybe this one. Right, it's looking very attractive, right? You can see against this dark blue background both these colors are visible. Now click on general, enable visual border, and the color for the visual border I'll keep it as black, and then increase the size to 20. Once again I'll click on this visual, click on general, click on title, scroll down, change the text color to medium orange, ensure it is bold, increase the size to 20, or maybe I'll keep it as 15. Place it in the center, and then I'll do the formatting for x-axis and y-axis. Click on x-axis, we need the color to be medium orange, make sure it is bold, and have the same color combination for the y-axis also. Click on y-axis, scroll down, Click on values, change the color to medium orange. Okay, it's looking much better. Alright, this particular visual has been done. Now it's time for, and I will do one thing. I'll change the visual border color to medium orange. Give me some time. I'll put down the microphone because I have to select all the cards by clicking on the control button. So the whole idea is that when you also change the color for visual border, it looks more attractive. So now you can see it's looking very attractive, right? And I'll do the similar formatting for this visual also. Click on general, click on effects, scroll down, you can see visual border, change the color for visual border to medium orange. So now you can see that all these visuals are looking much better. And it's time for our next donut chart, next visual, which is donut chart. So now what do we want in the donut chart? We want active employees by education. I'll scroll down and I'll see education. Place that in the legend and then place the active employees in values. Click on formative visual, click on general, click on effects, turn off the background. Now here I'll change the slice of the first color for bachelor's degree to medium orange, because against the blue background you want this color of the slices to be properly visible, right? So this is done. Click on general, click on title, scroll down, change the color to medium orange, place the title in the center and then increase the size to 1/6. Click on visual again, click on detail labels, scroll down and you can see values. You change the color to medium orange. So this is done. Excuse me. Okay, click on legend, click on text, and I'll change the color to medium orange. So you can see the description also on the right hand side. Okay, all this has been done. So these two visuals are done, and now we want performance rating by department. Click on the report, click on another donut chart, I place it down and I'll resize this. So what do we see? We want to see the performance rating by department. I'll scroll down and place department in legend and the performance rating in the values. Click on effects, formatting visual, click on general, turn off the background, click on title, change the text color to medium orange, click on bold, and once again I'll change the color for the first slice R&D to medium orange, and then I'll change the sales color to maybe pink. So now it's neatly visible, right? Click on legend, click on text, and change the color to medium orange. And then lastly, the values. It's in the bottom. Beneath detail labels, you can see values. Change the color to medium orange. And the last formatting, we will convert this into a rounded rectangle. Turn on the visual border, change the color to medium orange, increase the size to 20. Okay, this part is done. And now we'll be doing the matrix. And in this matrix we'll show the heat map. Okay. So we'll see the job satisfaction rating, right? So I'll place the job role in the row section, and in columns we'll have the job satisfaction rating. And in the values we will place active employees. Okay, let's begin the formatting for this. Click on general, click on effects, turn off background, and click on grid. Click on horizontal grid lines, and you also need the vertical grid lines. I'll resize. Okay, it's looking much better. And I place this visual to the extreme right. Okay, and I'll click on formatting visual, and we will do the formatting one by one. Click on horizontal grid lines, select this color, which is medium orange. Click on vertical grid lines, and I'll select the same color. Okay, we're done with vertical grid lines. And in the values, change the text color to medium orange, and then click on the background color to dark blue. See, so you can clearly see this properly visible. And then alternate text color, I'll click it to medium orange and alternate background color as dark blue. See, now you can see all these visuals, all these values properly visible, right? Click on column headers. Once again, I'll need medium orange and background color as dark blue. Alright, we're done with this. Now it's time for row headers. Again, I would select medium orange and change the background color to dark blue. So now it's done. Now you can see all the formatting is looking nearly very much attractive, right? Okay, and I'll do the similar thing for column headers also. Click on column headers. Ensure it is bold. And then for the values, I'll also ensure they are bold. Okay, you can clearly see all this looking very attractive. And now it's time for the column subtotal and also the column grand total. Click on values, scroll down, change the color to medium orange. And for the column grand total, I'll have the same color, medium orange, so you can see the total is properly reflecting, and also ensure they are bold. Okay, and now finally for the formatting for row grand total, scroll down, click on medium orange. So now you can see all the values are properly visible, right? And now finally it's time to show the heat on this particular visual. Click on background color. So what we are going to do is that, based on the color we want, based on the values we want the color to change. So click on, for the minimum value, I click on dark gray color, and for the maximum value I'll click on this dark red. Click on OK, and you can see that this is known as heat. So ideally, you get to see just by looking at this color itself, which department and which job role would need a lot of attention. Okay, so this particular visual part is done, and the final part we have to add the title. Click on general, job satisfaction rating. Click on bold, scroll down, place them at the center, change the color to medium orange, and then of course I'll make this into a rounded rectangle. Turn on the visual border, change the color to medium orange, increase the rounded corners to 20. So now you can see that it's looking very attractive, right? You can click on focus and get the complete information. So while presentation, if the management wants to see all the details, you can just click on the focus mode, clicking on back to report. And now we're done with the performance rating by department. We're also done with the metrics, job satisfaction. Now we're left with active employees by education. For that you will need a clustered bar, this one. So if you remember that, in the earlier videos I was saying that we would need a combination of multiple visuals so that the dashboard looks very, very attractive. Okay, active employees by education. So I'll place education in y-axis and active employees in x-axis. Click on formatting visual, click on general, click on effects, turn off background, and then turn on the visual border. It'll be the same formatting. Okay, select the color to medium orange, increase the rounded corners to 20. Click on title, change the text color to medium orange, place it in the center, increase the size to 20, and make sure it is bold. Okay, we're done with this. Now it's time for the formatting of this visual. Click on bar, click on color, we need this medium orange. Okay, so we're done with this. It's time for the formatting for x-axis and y-axis, and after that I think we'll be done with this clustered bar. Change the color to medium orange, make sure it is bold. Click on x-axis, click on values, change the color to medium orange. Okay, I think we're done with this particular visual, and it's time for the last visual. And before that, I'm just making sure that this particular visual that I've selected, active employees by education, I'm going to do the formatting for that visual also. I'm also making sure that the visual border for that one is also turned on. Change the color to medium orange, increase the rounded corner to 20. Okay, now it's looking much better, right? And the final visual of our dashboard, which is average monthly income by job role. Again, I'll be using the clustered column chart. I'll place this here, and okay, so we would need average monthly income per job role. I'll scroll down, place monthly income in x-axis, and I'll place job role in y-axis. Click on general, Click on effects, turn off background, click on visual border, turn it on, change the visual border color to medium orange, and increase the rounded corners to 20. Click on title, and rename that to average monthly income by job role. Job role. Scroll down, decrease the size to 1 2, and change the color to light orange, medium orange. Click on visual and click on columns, change the color to medium orange. Okay, and then final formatting for x-axis, and then we'll be done with this dashboard. I may have said this earlier as well, that I'm very busy in learning, and okay, so we're done with the formatting for x-axis, and it's time for the formatting of y-axis. And some of you had requested for data sets, so I'll be placing that in the description. Okay, so we're done with this entire dashboard. I know it took a lot of time, but finally when the dashboard gets created, right, we seem to be very happy with the result. Alright, I really appreciate your patience in watching the entire video. Okay,